In the secluded countryside, where the world's whispers seemed to fade, stood an old, decrepit mill that bore witness to a tragic tale. Ava, a young girl blessed with a unique gift, was known to be a medium. Her ability to sense the lingering spirits of the past brought her to this desolate place one fateful evening. The sun had already dipped beyond the horizon, leaving the mill engulfed in shadows and a haunting silence. As Ava stepped inside, an eerie chill crawled up her spine, and she could feel the weight of the past pressing against her chest. Closing her eyes, she reached out with her senses and immediately felt a presence filled with fear and desperation. The apparition of a little girl emerged before her mind's eye, running for her life with wild terror in her eyes. Chased by a group of sinister children, their faces obscured by darkness, the little girl's tiny heart pounded with dread. With a gasp, Ava realized that the tragic scene she sensed wasn't just a distant memory. It was a moment frozen in time, forever imprinted upon the walls of the mill. The cries for help echoed through the ages, etching a sorrowful tale into the very fabric of the building. As Ava continued to bear witness to the harrowing events of the past, she felt her heart heavy with grief for the poor little girl who had met such an unfortunate fate. She watched, helplessly, as the pursuing shadows closed in on the child until there was nowhere left to run. It was a horrifying realization that the little girl's desperate struggle had ended tragically within these very walls. Suddenly, as if the barriers between time and reality had blurred, Eva's vision cleared, and she found herself back in the present. But to her horror, standing before her were three creepy children, their eyes devoid of warmth, staring at her with an eerie intensity that sent shivers down her spine. A cold sweat broke out on Eva's brow, and an instinctual dread washed over her. These were no ordinary children. They were the malevolent spirits of those who had tormented the little girl long ago. Their malevolent grins bore the marks of unending malice. Fear gripping her heart, Ava stumbled backward, the weight of the tragedy too much for her to bear. She knew she had to leave that place, leave before she became trapped in a nightmare that never ended. Fighting the urge to flee, Ava forced herself to turn away from the ghastly trio and ran, her heart pounding, her breath ragged. She didn't dare to look back, fearing what she might see. Finally, when she reached the safety of the outside world, Eva collapsed onto the ground, gasping for breath. She vowed never to return to that accursed mill, knowing that some horrors were better left undisturbed, buried in the depths of the past. From that day forward, Eva carried the memory of the lost little girl and the malevolent spirits with her. The experience had forever changed her, leaving her with a newfound respect for the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. She understood that meddling with the past could lead to unspeakable horrors, one that she never wanted to encounter again. And so, the tale of Eva, the young girl who dared to confront the malevolent spirits of the past, spread like a haunting whisper in the town. The old mill remained abandoned, its secrets hidden within its decaying walls, waiting for the next curious soul to dare to uncover the darkness it concealed. This is the channel you've been screaming for. Subscribe.